the thing is, I knew that I backed up because I wanted to get to the fire station, and
Absolutely.
I knew something was wrong because I couldn't turn the steering wheel correctly.
It looks like you were improperly in that lane, and they went around you and hit you.
Yeah, that's what somebody else had said too. So then you get them all coming up on me like this.
Yeah.
And I can actually.
They're on the hood of your car, smashing your
windshield.
Yeah.
Then you have the guy that ran me off the road. He comes around. You can't really see it there. He actually, so I paused it. So he's right here. He came around this side first, but my doors were locked. And so comes around there. You can't really see him. He starts assaulting me through there. There's like 3 or 4 of them. Then finally they decided to rip me out. And then you get a couple firefighters.
Firefighters like, what's going on?
Yep. They call for backup. They say they're under attack. Come to get back. They need backup. They get what's like a pickaxe type thing. Come over. This one to the right comes over. He's the one that yells like, "Get the fuck off! Get the fuck off!"
Yeah, this guy's got the pickaxe right there.
Yep.
They're in the road illegally and all kinds of things going on right now.
This is where I remember going out sometime here. I remember like telling this guy, hey, my phone's in my car. I got some secure stuff on there, and I don't think it's locked. And that this guy over here hit me. And I didn't know it was that guy that walked in front of me. And then you see out of the corner here, you can see this guy rushes real quick because that guy in the other car, he comes over and fucking decks me in the back of the head. Which, here, if you can pause your video. Go ahead and hit record.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see how you can actually pause it. So basically, this is them. They came out saying this is another angle. So this guy comes up. He allows him to go in there. This firefighter, I don't think, realized that guy was the one who just hit me.
Yeah.
I'm pointing there, and I thought I went outside. I found out later on that this is how I got knocked out, inside the fire station. And
Yo, that's ridiculous.
this guy's in shock.
That's
He
insane.
just let them come in there, and they're attacking him. And then this is one of the guys who attacked me too. They both have long records of beating the fuck out of women. With their criminal records. I'm over here on the ground, coming back to college. It takes me like 2.5 to 3 minutes. I say I can show you, but basically I'm sitting there and you can tell I'm coming back. This guy said later on that that I came back and I was just fucking screaming. But here I was say continue it though, so I'm just gonna fast forward here a bunch of it. So I get pulled up onto a chair. The guy who brought in the daughter, the stepdaughter, he comes back and forth, and then we get to 9 minutes into this. Because the ambulance finally gets there about 9 minutes later. And then, I think it's right here, so it's 8:51, and look who comes back out. I remember him coming back out. I didn't realize it was this many minutes later. And, unless I skipped it by accident, no. It should be coming up. Right here, he comes back like he's going to attack me again. I remember him yelling, "Oh, you just fucked up, you just fucked up." And this guy got him out of here again.
Firefighters had to keep him away.
Oh, dude, he was rip shit. And this guy probably didn't realize what was going on because he was busy talking. So yeah, so there's that part, and then later on you see some other stuff. So that's the video footage of what actually happened there, and how the police, supposedly the police, these guys held me until the police and firefighters are out. Well, there's no police anywhere. Okay, the firefighters came out, and then the police show up, I don't know, another like 10 minutes later.
Probably.
Body word on duty.
No, I don't want to be a pain in the ass. Okay, the guy that's driving this car, we're going to try him on the transportation.
So, at one point in time, we had the driver of this car, he's the one that's getting transported. Okay. Was lying on the ground. They were literally 30 motorcyclists, and they were all taking turns beating his ass. This guy's involved, he's inside with his kid. And we're literally 30 guys, and there's 5 of them just kicking. Every time I push one off, the other one would fucking come.
There's a biker guys?
Yeah, motorcycle
bike guys?
Yeah, it started at, some of these famous.
Ask these guys, they'll tell you what the bike license.
Motorcycles. Some of them had the small bikes, some of them were full bikes. There's a guy inside to talk to that was in that.
So he's basically explaining all this. And this is Joseph.
I want to hear their explanation though.
They were trying to tell me a story of everybody's going like this.
Okay.
Supposedly hit a biker, and I think that white car was involved. But it started at Smoker's Haven, they said, and it progressed.
Smoker's Haven?
Yeah, and it progressed down this road.
From where?
36.
What was it?
Copy of plans.
Go ahead.
Send in my email, please.
That's
New Hampshire 330-3150. Can you let me know who the R is, too? Sorry, RO.
Comes back to Stephen Smith, morning 91.
Okay, copy. That's probably who they're going to be transporting. I'm assuming they're going to the Elliott. But can you copy another tag and send it to the email?
I would love to.
493-9656.
Copy. Heather.
Hey, Goudreau. If you want to go to... Are you guys going to the Elliott?
Yeah, somebody went up over that. There's damage to his hood, his windshield, and the roof of his car.
I'm assuming it's probably one of the motorcyclists, but they're all gone.
Yeah, so he said the accident started at Smoker's Haven, and he drove here where the altercation happened. He's got a concussion. He's got some good injuries to his face. He's going to be an alert at the hospital, but I don't know whoever he hit because there's going to be some severe damage to somebody.
Okay.
So, the mom is it?
She said, Canary.
36.
Yeah, and what she said kind of screwed up things because it wasn't actually what happened. She thinks I hit somebody there, but clearly it's fucking footprints all over my hood. which the guy EMT had said that in his
Apparently
report.
this guy hit somebody, and a bunch of bikers decided to beat him up for it. Hi. Are you
This is
your fiance?
the guy who attacked me with the car. This is the mother of the two children.
No, I just got a call from my work that I needed to. I work at that brewery, so I was right down the street. So I tried to call his phone, but it's off. But he
So these detectives show up here, I guess, and then he goes in here. Okay. So as the press release said, these guys held me until police and firefighters arrived. Remember that. But they never say anything about being in a fire station. Okay. Mind you, these doors are open. Nope, nothing's wrong here. Okay. These kids are perfectly fine in here. This is the asshole in the BMW. This is one of the other guys. And just watch how the story changes.
You were in the car? Okay.
I'm gonna have to blur out the faces of the kids though if you use the video.
I'll drive down and someone that's back there for
It's as loud as it goes.
I see the motorcyclists on strip and stuff. And they were nice bikes to check the bikes out. And they're right there. Pushing away traffic already. Right there.
And that's here too. So basically, so he says there's these cool bikes, okay? And he says he looks over. He said he looks over is what his words are to the police officer. So you got to fall over on his bike. Guy ran over his front wheel.
He's like trying to get through, so everybody kind of figures out. I get up through, I get up like behind him now. Actually, no, now we're side by side. We're like, get down onto the highway, so we cross over the bridge going to the ball right there. We're sitting there at those lights, and this motherfucker goes from here, and just hits my car. Hits my car.
This guy?
Yeah, he hits my car.
Okay, I hit his car supposedly on that side. So he said that his left hand he's using as me, and the right hand is him. Okay, if that really was true, there would be damage on his driver's side of his vehicle, which I can show you later on. Clearly, no damage there because the story is actually different.
No, I saw the damage.
Yeah.
Now the cop saying he saw damage. He saw damage on the passenger side of this guy's vehicle, looking up as he just walked past it. He doesn't see damage on the driver's side, as this guy said, I hit the driver's side. It's the way he described it with his hands. Clearly the cop isn't trained properly.
No, I swear to God.
No, I know.
I don't want to see it. I'm just back there open. I swear to God.
Yo, of course.
Everything wrong.
Of course.
I get 10 more cars.
Yeah.
I get no more than on mine. But listen, and then it gets down like when we come down like where Barnes and Nobles is, that like it's green. He actually blew it on the red. I caught it on the green. Like you would wait 2 more seconds, that shit would turn green. It turns green, right? And we come down. Now it's like I'm like, yo, I'm not letting him get away. I'm gonna get that plate number for it. Get down to this light right here.
I'm gonna get that plate number, okay? The whole reason why he's chasing me down the road, okay, at one point going well over 60 miles an hour before the fire station with his daughter and stepdaughter in the car, just gotta get that plate number,
Motherfucking blocked it up, bro. Just dead stop in the middle of the road and turn sideways. And I tried to get around him. I think I got up on that median or something like that, and then it just.
He actually admits it. He went up over the median.
That's what he
And he hit me.
on the ramp, right? And that's the pole.
Slapped the back of his car and slid and hit that pole. And that's when he started backing up. Once he looked over and saw that he hit the pole, that's when he started backing up, trying to
So this guy over here, he's trying to describe it as if like I knew what the fuck he's doing. I never saw him hit the pole. I just saw him like veer off after he hit me. I was in total shock. I just naturally hit my brakes. I grabbed myself, make sure my ribs and everything were okay, and then like I was like, I need to get on the fire station property because maybe they got cameras and fucking I need to get to help. I'm trying to get here to get help.
So the entire
Because I got guns aimed at me and this fucking guy hit
the
me on
entire
the
time
road.
you were following him, the bikers were following him as well.
I didn't know.
I was with the biker.
Yeah, I mean,
You were with the bikers?
I went to a terrible.
Is your buddy in the hospital?
No, he's on his way right now.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
hit
that's
the
right.
same pavement spot.
Now it's changed to I hit 3 bikers.
3 bikers and
He's
my
gonna come with him.
with a bunch of kids.
Okay. He's it sounds like he went up and over the car.
It sounds like he went up and over the car is what Officer Esposito here says. These guys both are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Your buddy on the bike?
Oh no, he literally fell off to the side.
Oh,
Yeah, you hit him.
He literally,
I seen him.
See?
He literally like that.
He fell like that. He fell the bike like that. He's staggered.
He just kept on riding around because he he saw the fucking commotion. He didn't want to stick around for it.
His buddy kept driving around.
Come back.
Yeah. No, that's.
Told him to come back.
Oh,
Okay.
100%.
So this officer, because of that AMR ambulance woman, who's usually pretty good at her job, for some reason she decided to say somebody went up and over. He looked really closely at the windshield. You could clearly tell, and if she had just listened to me, maybe I wasn't explaining it here. Clearly the windshield was fucking kicked in. But I also know I was blabbing about how ridiculous the city is and their fucking criminals in the city.
You're the registered owner?
So they just do some more talking.
Which one was last one?
He tells information about the daughters, and that's about it for go. So the guy comes in. So later on, the guy comes back a few minutes later. He comes in like shaking hands and everything. But this guy over here that was in the gray shirt in the BMW, he says that he just saw the motorcycles and was driving around with his daughters. Cool motorcycles. This is the asshole. One of the assholes started the whole damn thing.
Let's have a seat because I'm tired.
He's tired. He doesn't want to do his job.
Do you have your license on you?
So here's this.
Do you have your motorcycle here?
Doesn't have a motorcycle, yeah. It's at his house.
Is it damaged? Like there's no current damage? Do you know the plate number? Is it registered?
Is it registered?
Yeah, the other guy's laughing. They're laughing.
Listen. Oh, what happened? Oh, you can't hear anything.
Yeah, why would they mute that?
You can't hear anything now, unless somebody's clearly probably a fucking criminal informant.
Sounds like admission. This is admission right here.
Okay, so this is this is what they do.
Yeah, they're all laughing about it.
Okay, they're all laughing, saying whatever they're saying. I have no idea what they're saying. Nobody has any idea what they're saying. But they do this about 4.5 minutes. Mind you, there's a photograph that gets shown in evidence later on. This is like in February we finally got this, and this all happened in May of last year. That there's damage to this guy's motorcycle, okay? But you don't know what's going on for like 4.5 minutes. At one point he pulls out his phone here, though. And he shows, I have to back up here. He shows a video here of a motorcycle from a garage. Well, if he just went home, how would he have time to take this video? Supposedly, Officer Esposito went to this guy's house, or went to this garage, and took a photograph. There's only one photograph of this motorcycle. I think he took a photograph with his body camera because the photo clearly looks like it's from this video. Okay, and shows a motorcycle with the right side mirror not on there. But the guy's just left this whole place, and then how the fuck did he get back down there? Because there's another camera angle, I think, from Esposito or Officer Goodrow that's there. Actually, no, Officer Esposito, because Goodrow's already going to the hospital to meet me. The guy's outside. He walks up you know what it is? We don't even have that we don't have that body camera footage. I only know this guy walked up to the officer because you can see it outside the fire station. The firefighters gave the evidence, but also too, remember the evidence that I was showing with the fire station video. That was somehow, it took like 4 months to get it. So see that there? So you can see that there, and there's he takes a photograph at one point here. So it's at that angle right there. Takes a photograph, and that's what's in evidence. Okay. So now, a few minutes later, mind you, the guy's bike is supposed to be broken on one side. They say he fell to the one side. He will say he fell to the other side. The stories don't line up. Oh, and this guy in the motorcycle, he's on YouTube 2.5, 3 days, maybe 4 days later. The motorcycle has a mirror on it. You get all sorts of screenshots of that. So they're talking, shooting shit for however long. About 3.5, 4.5 minutes. And he finally unmutes it. Finally unmutes it.
No longer muted.
When I look back at this point, I started go. So I'm like, what do you mean go? Huh?
Oh, it just turned green?
Literally, I just turned green. I wasn't sitting there for more than 10 seconds.
So he fucked up and also told the truth there. So you were sitting at a green light for 10 seconds. Why would you be sitting at a green light for 10 seconds unless you're being an asshole doing fucking burnouts and smoke shows like they were about 10 minutes before this all started?
I'm like, there's no way you're going to get out of here. Erratic, bro. Erratic as hell.
So he deliberately...
There's no way he didn't mean to get right. There was no way. Right. Everything he did was
everything intentional.
To be honest, he just hit. Let me see the fence. This is the lane.
So now it changed from that guy saying I hit 3 motorcyclists to the other guy not saying anything about it. So this guy saying only he got hit.
So So he said, go. I'm like, what do you mean, go? Like, the light just turned green, bro. Like,
And it wasn't the intersection where this happened.
Obviously, I didn't say that, but it's in my head. So he just started pointing at me and said, go. So honestly, I wasn't really gonna do nothing. So I literally
wasn't gonna do nothing.
Put the bike in gear, and when I looked back, he was coming at me. I'm like, no way, this dude's about to hit me. So I picked up my leg as he.
So you hit the left side?
Yeah, the left side.
And your bike fell, and that's how the mirror broke?
No, to the right.
It fell to the right?
Yeah, it fell to the right.
All right.
So that's how the mirror broke, but the video that he showed him from his phone, the video couldn't have been taken that night.
And then you were the only one hit on the bike?
But we have no evidence of when that video was taken
As far
either.
as I know, I don't know what they're saying about it.
And then-
As far as the bike, yeah.
So now the officer even says, oh, you're the only one hit on the bike. But yet this guy over here had said there was 3 motorcyclists hit.
Does he hit you the same time he hits them?
No, after. He hit him first, and then he hit.
So then he...
Now it changes. So like me thinking like just like if I would when I first watched this body cam footage, I was thinking to myself like, how do you not fucking realize that the story changed several times, and why wouldn't you ask these questions again? Like, because he said one thing, he says 3 motorcyclists, he says him, then he changes it now to just 1 motorcyclist. Then
he sideswipes you? Like,
Yeah, he sideswipes.
Sideswipes you.
he thinks it's on the right.
So then you
He
start
thinks it's
following
I hit him on the.
He jacks on the brakes, forcing you to go in
The cop thinks I hit him on the passenger side because that's the damage he saw on the passenger side of his vehicle. Never mind. How do you drive down the road with a broken axle? I have a broken axle. How do I drive down the road like that? Which you saw from the previous video.
He jacked on the brakes and turned sideways
at you.
I turned sideways at him.
Like, so he was like, not like this in the road, like this in the road. If you look on this camera, right, you'll see every fucking second.
That's fine. I can do that in your words.
Sorry, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, he do say everything.
And it's like he was a pussy about it. He was like, oh, police station. And just like,
No, I was trying to get help.
Dragged me down the street, bro, hit my car with my kids in it and everything. And I didn't like car. I told him to stop, and he told me to go fuck myself, and he did. And,
So you exchange words?
Yeah, bro.
No, he was yelling at me. I told him to fuck off.
He first hit me, and I was like, bro, you're gonna stop, bro. Fuck you, bro. Bang.
And then, okay.
And then bang.
Yeah.
Bang, yeah. What is that? What the fuck does that even mean, dude?
I told him he hit me. I told him he was gonna stop. He told me to go fuck myself, and then did.
Okay.
And then I was go fuck myself.
Yeah.
Bang. You gonna see this twin turbo.
So then,
you gonna see this shit.
So then he
That's like to me. I'd be thinking like psychologically, he's trying to come after somebody now, being all fucking jacked up like this.
He's head in the middle of the road right here.
Has the little bump in the middle.
Yeah, I must have went up over that, and that's what like by the time I came off that, I was like.
Yeah, he hit that first, and then he hit my car.
Like, do you think he deliberately?
Absolutely.
But he says I swerved into him here though. So if I swerved into you, then where the fuck is the damage? Because on the stand he said, "You take my hand. This is his car. This is my car." And he says I went and faked the turn and hit him like this. Well, if I hit you like this, you would have different damage and I wouldn't have a broken axle. It would be the opposite way around. You would have a broken axle. I would have hit your rear wheel, but he hit my rear wheel. But wants to lie about it. And then ready? So right here, see there's only 7 seconds left. So listen closely.
Because he thought he was going to get away with it. Yeah. Like if you would have just stopped, or maybe not hit the road.
So, if he just stopped, maybe that wouldn't have happened. So you're saying that, so maybe that wouldn't happen, but you guys pulled guns out on me and started yelling, oh, you just fucked up, and came over and started kicking my car. So what else am I supposed to do in that situation? So that's that right there.
Commentary.
So yeah, so I apparently, drove down the road with this. Mind you, Officer Esposito said on the stand for the trial that there was a crack in the windshield. Just a crack. My attorney was like, how do you get a caved-in thing? So I said, you can keep on doing it, I don't really care. So he took a picture later on. How do you drive down the road? As the officer said, I hit the guy and I went like this apparently. But how do you drive down the road with a fucking rim like that dented in and a tire like that? Never mind, I'm on the ground. You can't see from the photograph, but my axle is completely snapped and my control arm was bent up somehow. Okay. So there's me. He shows the intersection. This guy's car. So there's not even anything up front here because this is where he impacted me at first. When he first came up and hit me. It's the southbound ramp with his 5 lanes. I was in the middle lane. This guy comes up and I don't think he meant to hit me. He meant to at least block me, and he didn't realize how close he was, and he got in front of me. Then that's when he was yelling, and I figured out, oh, this guy must be with this group, and I told him to fuck off, or said fuck you, and took off to get away from him, to get away from danger. But let's see, I think, and then the damage to that motorcycle. There's no way of knowing when this was taken. There's this here. Okay, this mirror missing, but it was taken off a video. When was the date of the video though? And then the damage to his car. I'm going to point out something very interesting. See that mirror right there? What way is that mirror facing?
Right, it went back. It went back. It didn't go forward. So that means that sounds like he would initiate the hit.
Me. So and that's what we saw on the camera footage.
Right, that makes sense. That makes total makes sense.
You can't see my mirror. You can kind of tell that it's back. That it's backwards right here. I mean forwards.
Forwards. Yeah, that's totally forwards.
You can't really see.
No,
it
I can see the mirror. I can see the glass.
I tried to do it from another angle here and zoom it, but you can see it's clearly in forward. So how did my mirror get forward? Unless, unless his vehicle was going as it did.
And clearly he was speeding past you in that first video.
Yeah, he said he was trying to park. He said on the stand that he was trying to park at the parking lot on the far end. Well, okay, and then he lied and said there's 2 lanes there. You can Google Earth it, Google Map it. There's not fucking 2 lanes in front of the fire station until you get past the fire station. You can see it clearly on the camera. But they admit here that they hit the median. The guy, his buddy admits he hit the median and went over. He even admits himself. I actually didn't remember. He admitted himself. Then there's other video footage here of when the cop comes over and assaults me. All right,
let's see the cop assault now.
Yeah, so...
Body weren't on duty.
I was under arrest. This is Officer Goodrow. I forget who the officer is here. I'm yelling because I'm like, dude, this is fucking ridiculous, because I just was told I was under arrest, but I can't press charges.
And you're obviously...
He told me I can't press charges, but I can't get his phone calls, I can't get his fucking text messages. I was told the courts were not allowed that to find out how he was able to be told to arrest me.
You absolutely have that right. And you're clearly... at least detained, and you're in a hospital bed.
I'm in a neck collar here. I'm just trying to move some shit, move some stuff around. This is at the foot of the bed here. I'm just trying to move some stuff around, okay?
Yeah, those beds are not comfortable, honestly.
Pause that for a second. So this case here where I allegedly assault a police officer and disorderly conduct, I think he did already get me for disorderly conduct at this point, because I was yelling, like, why the fuck am I being charged with all these charges, with a few charges, when they attacked me, okay? They attacked me. I wanted to get away from danger, and this is what happens when you want to get away from danger. Okay?
So it's muted right now, right?
Yeah, it's muted. So I'm just trying to fucking maneuver. I'm in a neck collar, and I know I could possibly be paralyzed because I got kicked in the back so many damn times. I'm just trying to move some stuff around. I can't move around much. And I try to maneuver here. And then this guy comes over and grabs me. And he says I kicked him in the chest.
No longer muted.
No, you did not kick him in the chest.
But on his paperwork it said I kicked him in the chest. I said I'm sorry. And I was really just trying to let somebody know I'm in danger right now, because the police department before has sent some of their gang members after me in the past before. So I don't know what's going to happen to me being in their custody. So I'm trying to send out a warning to somebody real quick. Mind you, she probably saw this from her desk. She ignores the fact this officer just assaulted me, and this is at the Elliott Hospital. And then there's a whole bunch more that I found later on from this guy and a couple other guys. I said way more stuff than I remember. I'm saying I know I can be paralyzed, because I know I can be. But this guy just fucking grabbed me and could have paralyzed me for life. Fucking scumbag. Oh, and so his last name's Goodrow. One of the guys that was there didn't attack me, but he was there. Happens to have the same last name.
His eyes look like very heavy, like he's tired.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't be on duty right now, in my opinion. He looks like he's tired.
Yeah, if you're tired, dude, fucking let the boss know, hey, I can't do my civil duties. When you're a police officer, you're supposed to take an oath. You take an oath to the Constitution. You're supposed to be leaders in the community that you're policing. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. So there's that, and then I don't know if it's here. No, it's not here. So at one point, so I'll give you the other angle. I believe it's this one here. Oh, you know what? No, this is actually when I first get there, and I'm fucking trying to talk to them. I'm yelling. I'm apologize for yelling, but and I was like, yeah, MPD, they're a terrorist organization with their gangs terrorizing people, and all the CI bullshit in the city.
No. We'll talk about it more later. Fucking losers.
Watch your mouth. I'm not gonna tell you again.
Fuck you. Took it over to the Constitution. Tell me what you want. Fuck you.
Because I'm pissed when I get there, because I'm fucking, I actually don't remember most of this either.
I know, they're turning the tables on, the whole story.
Yeah, your fucking CI's fucking driving around.
I just automatically said it was CIs because I don't know.
It probably is.
But there's so many CIs in around here in Nashville.
No one, I know Manchester, man, and they
5'7.5".
they do a lot of sketchy stuff.
So he writes down quite a bit of stuff here too, and he never says anything in these
thought those guys are way ahead of me. Apparently they weren't.
So I basically explained to him like how I was leaving Smokers Haven. There was a cloud of smoke in front of McDonald's on basically the intersection of South Willow Street and South Beach Street and Beach Street, and there was a cloud of smoke with a bunch of motorcyclists and cars. And then I got in my car, did something for like 3 minutes because I was supposed to meet a friend for dinner, and then got on down the road. And then where the Friendlies used to be, now it's a Jersey Mike's. There was nothing built there yet. There's a little roadway between South Willow Street and John E. Devine Drive, and they were all hanging out there. I got up to the next intersection where there's a Sunoco gas station, and that's when all these guys decided to cut through traffic. And then from there, there's like 4 or 5 lights in front of Aspen Dental and Sunoco and a few other things, a casino that's there, and that's when it all started. And fucking they cut in front of me, and then one guy decided to go with the green light. There's 2 guys that were in front of me. They were on the side of one car in front of me. Basically, there was a car in front of me at a light. I'm behind the car, and then these 2 motorcyclists come up alongside, and then when the light turns green, they decide to get behind the guy. So I had to jam on my brakes, just not even to hit them then. And then when that light turned green, the guy on the left goes, the guy on the right doesn't go, and I waited 10 seconds, just like you heard him say. That's when I decided to drive forward, a little bit, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing? It's green," and honked my horn, did a friendly wave, and he either flicked me off or just did whatever he did with his arms, and then we ended up going down the road, or I tried to get around him, and somehow he ended up in front of me again. So yeah, technically I tapped the back of his motorcycle. I'm not gonna lie about it, and then his friends are all yelling, "Oh, you just fucked up. You just fucked up," and pulled guns out, started kicking my car, so I took off, dude. Of course I'm gonna take off.
And we're at the red light, and then it turned green.
So I'm trying to explain something, but I'm having a hard time remembering a lot of this stuff. Okay.
And they have you in a vulnerable position right now.
Yeah, this is before I get arrested. So this is me explaining when I first get there.
You're blocking the street, so I wish I had my dash cam going.
Yeah, I wish I had my dash cam going. I wish I had everything.
Do you like actual vehicles with you? I'm sure you know. You're a group of bikers, you bike around.
I'm saying...
So the white BMW smashed in front of me in front of the South Willow Street Bike Company. That's where I was looking at the threat assessment. I checked as I was going through the lights to make sure that I wasn't going to impact anybody because I was being speed away from them.
Mind you, I tell them all this, and none of that's in the press release, and none of it's in the police reports either.
You do it safely with other people.
As I'm admitting, I'm going through red lights to get away from these guys and trying to do it safely so I don't get into a car accident. There's other vehicles on the road, you know. It's South Willow Street. There's always hundreds of cars on the road at all hours of the day, unless it's like 11 o'clock to like 5 a.m.
Yeah, waiting for it as a fire department. And then the Jeep that looks like one of your undercover vehicles.
Oh yeah, and I do remember there was like a Jeep that was following me too that looked like one of their undercovers, and then it disappeared.
That's the best way out of all this. I'm definitely on them, but I don't have a firearm to defend myself. Or anything inside that I can get real quick to defend myself. Clearly they're going to yell about it. I kept apologizing, but they're going to...
Yeah, I was yelling at them. Basically, I was trying to think of like how to get their testosterone to calm down. I kept saying like, I didn't mean to hit him. I didn't mean to hit him.
Because anytime, and there's nothing against you guys...
I'm apologizing because you guys take forever to call.
Your life was being threatened at that point, and you...
I mean, I was in fucking fear of my life there. I've never been in fear of my life. And then you saw what happened at the fire station. That's exactly what they started on the road. But then this guy here, he's wondering why I didn't call him. I'm like, you guys take forever. Like, nothing against you guys, but you guys take fucking forever in this city. You can call somebody fucking breaking in your house and they take 4 hours and they'll tell you, oh, well, we had something else going on, even though you can check the logs, and they were right down the street the whole fucking time.
I pulled up to the fire department. I tried to slow down.
I tried to slow down. Apparently I put my blinker on. I don't remember putting my blinker on, but that's what that guy said on the stand. I just wanted to pull in and get out, get help.
Okay, I'm fine.
Okay, so you were slowing down. Where was the BMW?
I was just worried about fire. That's all I was trying to do.
You were slowing down.
So
as the BMW was coming up behind you?
To try and turn into the fire department.
Trying to turn in.
As I backed up, that's when all the other bikes.
And I'm having a hard time remembering all this. I really did. I don't remember most of the only
thing. You just had a concussion. They're trying to get statements out of you. Honestly, man, I mean, it's not
your fault.
They ignore
this. They ignore this whole thing. Sorry.
It's not your fault, but like, you just had a concussion and they're trying to question you?
Yeah.
This is wicked fault of the police right here.
Oh, yeah. But remember, these guys held me until police and firefighters arrived. According to MHPD in their press release that they sent out to multiple news organizations.
I haven't found my data, so check the camera. I don't know if they actually recorded. It could just have arrived.
I forget what I'm talking about here. I'm just telling them more stuff and trying to figure shit out. And I say, yeah, you guys are be fucking responsible for this shit because you're fucking CIs, dude.
The motorcycle you hit, what did it look like? Motorcycle you hit, what did it look like?
And he's like, cut me off and like won't let me finish. It's like, dude, I just got fucking attacked, and you're gonna ignore the fact these firefighters told you, you and your partner, that I was attacked.
He rebalanced himself. Like I said, I looked and I was good. I'm sorry, you just stopped at a green. You stopped at a green light.
Yeah.
I barely tapped him, but as I tapped him, he pulled forward and purposely went down the Tito.
So yeah, it said he pulled forward, and there was more shit there. And then I remember I was trying to remember it, and this is where I think I was trying to tell him, like, that's when they pulled the guns out. But
sorry, just we have body cam, so we're talking to you from being audio video.
Okay, then that's when. So then there was that, and then he came over. Okay, so that's when he first got. This is when he comes over to me, tells me I'm under arrest. And as I was told, I'm not allowed to get phones, text messages to know how this guy was able to tell me that I was under arrest.
What's that?
So I'm looking up charges on what to charge these guys. Because they say I want to charge them with multiple fucking things because of what they did to me.
What's that?
You want to read the list of charges?
With the list of charges?
Keep it over here.
So he just takes my phone without like telling me what's going on. Okay. I'm in fear of my life still because I don't know if these guys just show up here and do whatnot. I'm under arrest for reckless conduct, but it's like 6 charges later on. I said, okay.
Because they want to
You gonna
stack
arrest
it
those
against
guys?
We spoke to as many people as we could down there, so.
Spoke to as many people as possible. I'm smiling because I know this is fucking ridiculous. So hang out now. Okay. Well, and now he's like, okay, but you guys attacked me, and that's it. So you can't press charges now.
What's that? Involving a vehicle, it's a considered deadly weapon, so it's a felony. Alright.
What about them though? They try to kill me.
Well, like I said,
even when you were like brought into safety, they still attacked you, which is crazy. It never once it seemed like you were aggressing to them. I mean,
I was yelling when I first got there, but that was just because I said, look at this to the nurse, like, this is their people that probably did this.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's why I was pointing at him, yelling at him. And that's what that last video was of him coming over.
Nurses are very compliant, and
unfortunately,
they don't go along with it.
She was there within a minute of him grabbing me, like she probably saw from the desk that's outside of the camera view of him grabbing me. You're not gonna report that? You're not gonna report police brutality? There's a bill that Sununu had in. I don't know if it got passed, but there was a draft bill a couple of years ago for talking about police misconduct. You guys got to report this stuff.
What I'll do is I'll release this video, and then I'll do all the raw footage later on.
Yeah, that's fine. So right here, so I'm yelling about like how fucking ridiculous it is that I can't press charges. So this is where I think he tells me I'm going to get charged with disorderly conduct charge, but he's not the plaintiff for it. It's 2 nurses that are the plaintiffs for the charge, but there's no reports of them saying anything, except for his report of saying that I was getting disorderly, yelling at staff, and when I was never yelling at the staff. I was yelling in general. I remember that, like yelling a little bit, but from when I saw his body camera footage, when I first got there, I yelled a lot more than I thought I did.
What did I tell you?
Your goddamn CI's
okay, you want to have disorderly conduct, okay?
Your CI's attacked me.
I'm going to tell you again. Shut your mouth, okay?
Your undercover's attacked me.
Yep.
Losers.
Okay. Well, we'll talk on disorderly conduct, too. No, he's already... He's getting charged with disorderly at this point. He's already in custody, so...
Your CI's.
And look how scared they get if they know you're on.
And you're not really
and
yelling.
They're always tapping.
That wasn't really yelling, dude.
No, inside honestly in that room, that probably was a little loud, and it probably was echoing. And there really isn't anybody else around. Like I know I was yelling.
It just doesn't seem like that aggressive.
Yeah.
And like it's not like you might have been loud, but you weren't yelling, dude. It really.
I know. I definitely had my voice raised, but I wasn't like yelling because like anybody who knows me knows if I'm yelling at the point where I'm yelling like aggressively at you, you're gonna know.
Also, like your head is confined to look up.
That's it.
You can only look up, so you don't know where everyone is.
Yeah.
And I'm just
And I was just
saying,
pointing.
I'm observing this.
And you could see my hand gestures as I was pointing towards him and whatnot. So basically, he sits here, and then this is later on. So here he starts pointing because this is the other guy from the body camera that you just saw, the other angle.
Oh, I know him. I know him.
They're all criminals. They're all fucking criminals.
He's absolutely criminal.
They're all fucking
absolutely
criminals. That's why do you think they ask if you're off or not with all this?
Dude, I was threatened at Panucci's, and the people that threatened me with death. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I have it all on camera.
Yeah.
He fist pumped them afterwards.
Oh yeah, that was this guy. So
it was him.
I remember when
it
that
was
happened.
him.
Yeah. Dude, they're fucking scumbags. Okay, they're complete scumbags. Hey, you gotta back the blue. So I'm just trying to move stuff. Look he fucking grabs me.
Yeah, you did not kick him. You did not kick him.
And I told him I think it was Bobby pay grade. I'm in fucking fear of my life because I just got attacked. I don't know now what's gonna happen to me.
No, you did not kick him.
I didn't kick him at all.
Like you were sitting up, so your legs are bent, and he grabbed your leg.
Your CI's attacked me. And I'm worried because I'm in a neck call. He could have paralyzed me. And I'm not trying to be rude to him. I told him, I'm not trying to be rude to you.
I was moving my foot out of your...
kicked me.
You picked up my foot.
You kicked me.
Steven,
I do not kick
can you lay back for me, please?
I apologize if you feel like I hit you.
Lay back.
I was removing my hand
Steven.
From my foot from your hand.
Can you listen to the nurse for a second? Can you lay back because your C-spine is not, we haven't cleared it.
Yeah, I know.
You can make yourself paralyzed. You need to lay back right now.
And I know this because I know medical stuff. But the cop doesn't care. He doesn't know anything medically. He just, they just deal the drugs and bring all the fucking drugs in the city. And then the poor EMTs, poor AMR services, poor firefighters have to deal with the fucking overdoses, all sorts of crazy shit. So that was it right there, with the two charges in the hospital. This case is next end of September. If you want to pause it.
Good.
So basically, this video here. So this is Officer Esposito comes in after he's done, with the bullshit with the guys who changed the story several times at the fire department. He comes in. I don't know if it really changed much. No, it doesn't do much with the. So he comes in. I remember reading this. I don't remember signing it. But apparently I signed this, but Elliot, when I went down to the records department days later, they have no idea what was signed, what was released to them.
I would not be surprised if someone forged your name, but I don't know. Yeah. I just don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think I went back and I looked at this before. I haven't looked at it in a while. I could have signed something but I don't remember doing it. I remember
you also just had head injury, and you should not be making any legal decisions.
Because the frontal lobe was screwed up, and I also had my head slammed against the paddy wagon later on. I had severe. Dude, I couldn't even walk straight leaving here. I couldn't walk straight for 3 days. I have my baby's soft spot, never grew in my entire life. So it was popped out, which means either somehow the suture somehow popped out, which is impossible, unless I had a hematoma. So I had multiple hematomas, and I was worried and telling the nurses, I'm on Eliquis, on a blood thinner at the time. Tell them, look, don't miss anything, because I know if they miss something, somebody on a blood thinner, they could easily miss something, or something looks fine on CT, and it's not fine at all. And I got attacked later on. So he's trying to argue me about something. And I had said I'm trying to make sure he's got his camera on. Talking to Esposito, so you get your camera on because I want to make sure they're recording everything. Okay, so there's no bullshit. And this guy's like trying to rush me through the paperwork. Okay, because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so he's not allowing you to read it.
Because I think he did read it out loud to me, and then I told him I wanted to read it myself. Because I'm not going to trust what the fuck they're saying because they're liars and thieves.
Right, you need to make good judgment on documents, especially after the head injury.
Oh yeah, and you see here too, like I have my underwear down too, like my pants are still down. So no nurse has ever offered to help me with this because they told me they needed me to take a piss. I found out, so this was on the 13th of May and then the 17th of May, so this is a Thursday night going into Monday when I got the records. Come to find out, you know what these assholes did? So they did a drug screening on me. And an alcohol screening. Anybody knows me knows I don't even drink alcohol. And they did the screening without my permission. So they took my blood, did a drug screening without my permission. They took my urine and did a drug screening or maybe just alcohol with that. So you did this urine sample, and then I asked, I said, look, I think I said I'd go to the bathroom, I think, and then they decided to use it for doing drug samples. Okay, never told me any of this. Okay, never mind, their statements were off because the woman who stitched up my face had the story half correct about, the guys beat the shit out of me. But the other nurse over here to the right, the one that saw this cop assault me, she had stated in her medical reports that I was in a motor vehicle crash somehow that I got injuries from. Okay, I never got any injuries from a motor vehicle crash. Okay,
right.
I told them what happened, and they didn't want to listen. And I told them, you saw when the cop came over, you saw all the nurses around me in one of the last videos. And, I kept telling them, you see, guys.
And that's manipulation because you're trying to read that and he's talking at you.
Yeah, and I told the guy too, you guys have a problem with Christians. This guy actually does have a problem with Christians. He made fun of me for reading my fucking Bible in a fucking empty parking lot 2 years ago, right after COVID started. This guy wanted to argue with me. about being a Christian, finishing a fucking phone call. Tell me, go sit at a gas station when they were being robbed.
Again, I want to focus at the task, classify them, and
It's like trying to rush me. And and from his body camera, another angle, you can actually see the officer here, Esposito here. He's asking one of the nurses, like, trying to rush me out of there. And she's like, no, you can't rush him out of here. Thankfully, they did their job with that. So yeah, I'm sitting here for a while just trying to read the stuff.
I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Thank you.
And then I know he signed something just from this, but this is where I think apparently I must have signed it. Oh, here we go.
TBD.
Oh, actually, I didn't realize this.
I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Thank you.
Is he what?
Is he going to get admitted?
It depends on what his scans look like.
Okay.
So, TBD.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Thank you.
Which, anyways, none of my medical information be given to any of these police officers. I've never signed, and apparently I signed something here, and I don't remember signing
I see him signing something.
Yeah.
So before we leave the hospital, and I please call somebody. So I call somebody back. And I call somebody before then. No. Hold on, hear me out. You guys aren't going to take my debit card from me.
Oh, so I'm trying to explain to them that I need to get my debit card. I need to get my debit card out of my wallet. So that way, and then I need to call somebody. We can call them beforehand. So that way, I'm out of their hair very quickly. So we can get their fingerprint me, do all the everything done. But in order to bail out, I need my debit card. And if I'm in custody, they won't go and give my debit card to anybody that comes in the station. And they're trying to lie to me and say they'll do that. They won't do that because I've been lying in the past fucking many years ago about doing that, and they won't do it. And they told me it's $40 to bail out. It was actually $5,000.
Your property is not custody. No, you could do that after you get bailed out. Sure one.
Yeah, how do I get bailed out? You guys are gonna take my debit card. I'm trying to tell them like your ATM, the station. I can't just go upstairs until I get bailed out. I've had that problem years ago.
It's on the floor level. You walk in the front lobby.
It's sad that I know their policy better than they do. They don't know they don't know their own shit.
Well, first of all, if the bail commissioner doesn't put a hold on you or anything, it's $40 to see them. Okay, you don't have to have that on hand. They have to see you regardless. Yeah. So if you
you need $40 no matter what.
No, you would just owe them the $40. I have enough cash.
Okay, and it was $5,000. That's actually what it was.
Say whatever it is, say, hey, I'm gonna put a cash bail on it. They'll tell on.
So I remember, apparently I was talking to these guys with them for a while, but basically this is just me talking, and then at some point I agreed to whatever the fuck this is, and I honestly don't remember this. I remember like reading it, him looking at it, me trying to read it, him trying to rush me, this guy doing something. Okay.
Yeah, that's not right.
So I don't even remember it, and then they're taking down notes. He's taking photographs of my ID.
That's fine, but we can't do that. Where's my vehicle going?
Yeah,
your vehicle is.
Yeah, where's my vehicle going?
Eastern. Where is it? Eastern.
Yeah, I got the big fucking welt on my head from when my head hit the floor.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna write the initial report, and it's whether they follow up with investigation.
Yeah, and I want to know, and I want to know where it was, and I want to know if I had to pay for the fucking tow. So then these guys started talking for a while. He's getting phone calls back and forth between like Sergeant not Meehan something, but yeah. So these guys are going back and forth, talking for a while, and then
it's all muted, obviously.
Yeah, pretty much it's all muted because they smart doing them being in a hospital setting. But then so yeah, they're talking back and forth about whatever, but who knows what the fuck they're talking about. I want to know what they're talking about, and I've been told that we can't find out. Can't find out. So and here, so if you want, hit pause it. All right, it is 4:42 p.m. on Friday, May 14th, 2021. And let me see here. Sorry, trying to do multiple things at once. All right, so this is the vehicle at the tow yard. Eastern Towing picked it up last night. So yeah, so this is where the guy hit and came down the side when he nailed the vehicle. So it's all broken up in there. Yeah, as you can tell, it's all broken inside there. So clearly it's not drivable. I'm gonna probably just have him tow it to a location to sit in case the insurance company wants to take a look at it, because the insurance company does have to take care of this. As you see, the hood was jumped in and they did this too. So
And then that all popped out somehow, I'm assuming, after I stopped and they were kicking and smashing stuff. So, yeah. Looks like there's more scratches on the side there. So, yeah, this was all fucked up probably from the guy fucking kicking it. But yeah, it's definitely done.
Bitch ass nigga hit this nigga on the bike. This is what happens, bro. My nigga Alex chased this nigga. Fucked his whole shit up. Nigga had his daughters in the car, bro. Fucking pussy ass nigga, bro. God, that nigga got what he deserved, bro. Shout out to my nigga Alex. Damn, he landed all the way over here from that? Oh, yeah.
He hit all. So, you've seen the footage. You've seen what happened to me. You saw the press release, okay? Mind you, I'm somebody I would never assassinate myself. I would never kill myself. So if it looks like I killed myself, it wasn't me. I would never do that. I love life. I fucking, even in hardships in life, life happens. I love life. But you've seen the footage. You saw the press release. That's the first thing I always tell people that know me even. Look at the press release. Just type in Stephen Smith, Manchester, New Hampshire, and see what comes up. That press release comes up. But you've seen the footage, and on the footage, you can clearly tell that they didn't help. They held me until police and firefighters arrived, okay? It's MHPD. They may be understaffed. They do have a lot of officers, but you know what though? It doesn't account for all the times there's problems in the city and people are in danger. People's lives are threatened. Multiple people had guns aimed at them that night. And still haven't gotten those 911 phone calls either, or the calls from MHPD from other civilians on the road that had guns aimed at them. There's only some witness statements that were said on the stand. But then I wasn't allowed to press charges for whatever reason. Was never allowed to press charges. Had all these charges brought against me. And then I had a trial for this, which a jury found me not guilty for some charges. Then they found me guilty for 2 leaving the scene of an accident with an injury/death is the RSA. In the statute, though, it's listed as a felony. 1 got knocked down to a misdemeanor because the motorcyclist, they'd never been able to get a hold of him. The other felony was the other guy who took the stand that was in that gray shirt there. His name is Alex Ellison. He works for a car dealership, a Volvo dealership on Merrimack Street, I believe, is where I've seen him work. Where details cars. People like that are supposed to be part of society doing good things, but they go around, cause problems, run people off the road with his daughter and his stepdaughter in the car. Lied, made up a different story within a matter of 10 minutes, just the officer you saw in the body cam footage. And on the stand, you could listen to just a few minutes. I've had a few people listen to a few minutes of it, and people were like, my attorney did a phenomenal job during the case, and you hear the guy change his story when he's on the witness stand. The guy goes, oh yeah, I guess I was alongside the guy. Okay, changes the story several times. Lied over 50 times on the stand. My attorneys have both said though, now that the courts will not allow me to press perjury charges. They'll just laugh at us, is what I was told by my co-counsel. They'll just laugh at us and not gonna do anything because that'll look negative against me. What looks negative against me is supposedly all the stuff that I allegedly did that I didn't actually do. So the jury found me guilty for 2 leaving the scene of an accident and injury. There's no evidence of anything though. There's no evidence of any of that. And the way the statute is written, I did talk to the first uniformed officer that I talked to, and that's part of the law in there too. So technically, I didn't break the law. I'm trying to get away from danger, trying to get away from people that were threatening me and other people on the road, aimed guns at me, and look what happened. I got my car ran into several times. You see one of it on camera, and those guys take me, beat the fuck out of me, and try to kill me. All 3 of those firefighters said the same exact thing on the stand. If we did not intervene, Mr. Smith would be dead. This is what happens in the city of Manchester. We have a corrupt police department. The police department doesn't want to do anything. They investigate themselves. They find no wrongdoing. It needs to stop. If you take an oath to the Constitution, if you're a police officer, you're supposed to be a leader. I have family members that have been police, military. You're supposed to be a leader of your community. And these guys are not leaders in this community. And it's sad, and it's just ridiculous, and it's upsetting to see what happens to people in this community, especially what's been done to me. Because I got to tell people, unless you've seen the footage, it sounds absolutely crazy that this would happen to me.
What's the worst that could happen? Because you have sentencing coming up. What's the worst that could happen?
Worst that could happen, I don't know what the minimum would be, but maximum for a felony in New Hampshire is 3.5 years minimum. If they say you have to do any prison time, usually you're doing a year and a day as your prison sentence.
So they would further victimize the victim.
Yeah, exactly. So and I've never been able to press charges against these guys. I was told by my attorneys, don't put in any complaints about the police officers that can cause more problems later on. And I've just, I've told people what actually happened. I had to see multiple specialists for my brain injury, because where my brain injury was here, I had headaches for about 10 months, and I still get them sometimes now. The frontal lobe, this area of the brain, is short-term memory. So my short-term memory has been completely screwed up. Last year I was taking notes, talking to people just for a few minutes, just to keep track of things. At certain events, I would be talking to people and be like, sorry, I gotta take out my phone, I gotta take notes because I'm gonna forget what you're saying within 30 seconds. And I would have, and even some of my friends have said that they noticed where I would start a thought process, start something, start talking, and then like, it's like I stop, go off on a tangent, and then come back, like worst I've ever had in my life. I slowly started to fix this, but it's a lot, having a brain injury. And then my attorney doesn't want to, get the other body camera footage I've asked for me being assaulted, which should be there. I also was, when I got found guilty, I was told I was being arrested. I got told I could bail out for $1,000 before this, waiting for the sentencing hearing. And I told the sheriff deputies in transport that I was told last year by a Manchester police officer, who actually, he said it in front of the COs at Valley Street last year too, that I would be assassinated, okay? For whatever reason, I'd be assassinated, okay? That officer, his name's either Esposito as well as the other guys, or it's Emery, I'm not sure.
And there's recordings of them saying that? Because they would...
There should be the COs. I said to the COs when I was in there last year after I got arrested, they got transported there, and then finally I figured out I could get bailed out for no money, or next to nothing, after my arraignment attorney got my side of the story. But when I got transported there, after I was assaulted by that officer of Manchester PD, I got pushed down in the middle of Sallyport. Obviously, the video cameras disappear. He kept saying in front of the COs there that I would be assassinated. And I looked at all of them and said, are you guys going to take note of this? Obviously not going to. Valley Street's one of the worst places to be. You have people there who allegedly killed themselves. A woman who allegedly did that in November of 2018. A woman did not kill herself. Anybody knows her knows she would have never done that. I forget what her name is, unfortunately. But then you have nurses there too that when it was witnessed the guy try to kill himself, nurses laughed about it after the COs brought him down from trying to hang himself. That's the kind of jail you have there. And then you have the food that destroys your microbiome, destroys your gut. I have gastro issues that started after eating their food there.
You're not the first person to say that Valley Street jail is, they taint the food and everything like that.
It's fucking crazy. I watched a guy get attacked because the CO didn't like the way he was back talking to him. And then the guy like jokingly said something about his family member. He's like, you can say whatever the fuck you want about me. You don't say nothing about my family. The next day, supposedly he put in his resignation letter before he did this. The next day, him and another CO went over and beat the fuck out of this guy. And then they said that they were under attack. And then they did lockdown. And you heard the guy's fucking head smash off the wall and whatnot. So it's a horrible place. But I was told I was going to be assassinated there. And the COs didn't say anything last year. Then this year, after the trial, I ended up telling the sheriff deputies what I was told I would be assassinated. I had my laptop bag with me when I got found guilty, so they purposely dropped my laptop bag. Thankfully, my laptop did not get broken on the desk in there. They go in there, find out that they have to wear masks. I said to the CO, well, first off, I have a medical condition. I'm not allowed to wear a mask. First off, I'll pass out. It's more than enough information I should ever have to give anybody about my private medical information. Then I told him, like, look, and I was also told I'd be assassinated in here by a police officer last year, so just so you know this. I said it to a CO named, hold on. I said it to a CO named Clandestine. And then he said he doesn't give a fuck, he doesn't give a shit. Another sheriff deputy was complaining about his day shift, and I thought to myself, well, if you don't like your job, go get another fucking job. Then I went through the x-ray machine. Apparently I looked like I was smuggling drugs in, and I was told by the CO to shut the fuck up, that he was going to do a check on me, and he said if I didn't do what he said, he was going to assassinate me. I looked over to a CO that I know by the name of Nichols and asked, oh, are you going to report this? And he laughed and went, yeah, right. I was like, oh, okay. I told the CO, I was like, it's a little ridiculous that you're going to act like this towards me, and all I'm trying to do is just let you know I had a medical condition, and that, I don't know why anything pop up. I don't even drink alcohol. And then he took me, and he fucking slammed me into the wall and said, you're going to get a rectum check now. Okay, and then they brought me into the area where you strip down, do a rectum check, and he said, so right now, I'm going to take my fingers, and I'm going to shove them up your fucking ass, and I'm going to finger you, and I'm going to rip your asshole open, because you have drugs on you. I said, no, I don't have drugs. Can I just do it myself, and I'll just cough and show you do everything myself? He actually allowed me to do that, thankfully. And then I talked to a nurse. She asked all these questions. After I was thrown on a table, they cuffed me. They threw a mask over my face. Did one of those stupid nasal swabs. I did it myself because I was afraid of them damaging my nasal cavity. Thankfully, allowed me to do it. And then the nurse that was there, she's the nurse that laughed at the guy who tried to kill himself 4 years ago when I was in there, unfortunately. And I told her to do a test, a CO test, if they could. And she said they don't have anything for that. She put an O2 monitor on my finger. I said, you can't measure somebody's CO2 and passing up from CO2, carbon dioxide, breathing back in with an O2 sensor. She then told them, because I wasn't giving her all my private medical information, because she wanted all this extra information that I wasn't going to give, that I needed to be put on suicide watch. So I was told I had to be naked in the stupid little green sack. And then they had put another guy in the cell with me later on, and I got bailed out, thankfully, the next morning by a friend. So I'm trying to wrap it up and trying to stay in order of things. But yeah, a little ridiculous what goes on. I was told I was going to have my asshole ripped open by this fucking CO. This is what they do, and this is how corrupt it is in all parts of police and COs in this city. It's ridiculous, and it's unfortunate, because these are supposed to be people are supposed to be leaders in the community, and they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the story.
And Steve, so what would you suggest anyone come to Manchester?
No, absolutely not. It's crazy. Like over the past 15 years of living here off and on, past 10 years, and just coming here off and on, anyways, 15, 20 years. Yeah. It's just crazy to see like just how much it's declined, and that these police officers don't do anything to fix the community.
Right. Like I was arrested, not to make this about me, but I was arrested for trespass and failure to ID, and those charges were dismissed 2 weeks later, and I filed the lawsuit against them, and they settled. Yeah. But when they brought me to the police station, one of the officers actually stabbed me with this cuff key. It was like a long cuff key. And he stabbed me into the web of my hand, and it left a white mark. And you can watch in the footage when it released that he, because I was complaining about how he stabbed me, and I was like, am I cut? And he actually, when he has my hands behind my back to take the cuffs off, up at the window, he actually rubs the white scrape that he created off. So it's like admission.
Now you're saying that because my memory still isn't the best. I do remember. I think you had told me this once before. Yeah, it's crazy. It's they're trying to wipe it away, trying to make it look like they didn't do anything.
Cover up, literally cover up.
Do cover up, and this is not what this country was founded upon. This is not what we do in this country. We're supposed to be the leaders of the world, of the free world, and this is not how being a leader. When you take an oath to the Constitution, okay. Never mind what these guys do to the poor veterans in this city, and what they've done to veterans, in all over the country. It's unfortunate the way police act, and it needs to be changed.
Yeah, and
it needs to be fixed.
And sorry, my hand there. Chief of Police of Manchester, you're getting this video. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see his testimony about what happened to him that day. The videos don't lie. And after I just watched it just now, first time watching it is pretty freaking obvious that he was attacked. He was brought into safe haven by the firefighters, which saved him from being killed. And even when he was in the safe haven, the guy in the gray shirt in the other car knocked him out. He just sucker punched him. How are you putting this guy into jail? You can't do that. Your cops are wrong. That cop that was in there that assaulted him in the hospital, disgusting. Fire him right away. There's no excuse anymore, guys. Get rid of him. Yeah. Get rid of him. You need to have this all reinvestigated and see what's actually happening. And to the guys on the bikes, you better stay peaceful, because you're gonna.
There's no need to get violent as they did.
There's no reason.
Somebody caused an accident. There's no need ever to get violent as they did. Accidents happen. Shit happens.
Yes.
But when you're driving through traffic like assholes, okay.
Which I don't think it was his fault, because you look at the damage. It goes from when the wind.
You don't have to drive in between cars
right.
in traffic. You don't have to do that. Or if you're gonna have a group of people, 40 or so, you do it the right way. Like most people, they get a police escort, or they have a couple cars in front and say, "Hey, we're blocking traffic to go through." That's how most riders anywhere usually do it.
And Chief, Manchester Chief. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I figured.
But I'm just saying right now, who was the aggressor? Who was the aggressor? Not this guy. The guy's on the bike jumping on his car, smashing his window, and the guy that sideswiped him and then starts blaming on him. And of course he doesn't want to take blame for it, because he had kids in the car, and that's shameful. That's shameful. And don't take his kids away. Do not take his kids away. Yeah, no, I want him to admit that he did wrong and then take care of his kids properly. Yeah. And it just
same thing I've been saying.
Why create a victim?
Away, but it's just crazy, and a lot of people don't know this. Actually, New Hampshire, they have this weird law in New Hampshire with DCYF, which is the local Child Protective Services,
which are horrible.
Yeah, which if you actually we're one of those states where you have to report any negligence at all, and if you don't, and there's criminal charges at all, you can be pressed liability for that. Mm-hmm. So me, for instance, if I never even talked to them myself, they could, and there was criminal charges ever pressed against the father, the mother, officers, anybody, they could also come after me for the charges. Okay, right. That's how crazy that law is in and of itself. But right. And I'm just the bystander and the victim.
Yeah,
to add more craziness to this.
Let's just say that he actually did hit the other guy, which I don't think, because you look at the evidence, it shows otherwise. If he actually did do that, that's still not a correct response for them to go all vigilante and start smashing the window and pull him out of the vehicle and start beating on him.
Well, remember, the press release says that they held Mr. Smith until police and firefighters.
Bull. No, they were beating him to death.
So what are you guys covering up? Who in that group works for you? What are you trying to cover up? Right. That's the big question I've been asking all along, and that's why I've asked for all the body camera footage to expose all this. But for some reason, my attorney did tell me sometimes the AG's office will send way too much stuff, and then he has to look through it, and it might not even be.
They're lazy, man. They're lazy.
You know what?
They need to get on ball.
But I even told him, I was like, dude, I'll look at all the footage myself. Just get it, and I'll look through it myself. You don't have to even fucking worry about it. And if you want, I'll throw you some more money. Besides what I'd have to pay to Office of Cost Containment.
Right. Okay? Well, that doesn't work that way.
Like I know it's like that way, but like
I know.
I was like, good, I'll throw you some.
Yeah, it don't work that way. But all right, man.
But yeah, it's just unfortunate circumstances. Yeah. This is ridiculous. The chief needs to fix this. It just get rid of your officers. Like for your officers to go around and say like the guy who said I was Manchester scum, and I'm just like everybody else in the city.
Look,
like, why would you be a police officer?
They're one of those officers is clearly evil.
Why are you getting a pension? Okay, why should the taxpayers pay for you to go around and do the crazy shit that your officers are doing? Okay, all right. I don't remember if these guys were with it, but real quick, 10 seconds here. There was an incident on Elm Street back in November or December that I was told about when I was getting an estimate done for my car. I went up and looked up what was going on. Manchester PD posted a picture of these guys on bikes in front of Murphy's Tap Room, okay? They post this picture and asked for the public's help to identify these motorcyclists. If you look really close in the reflection of Murphy's Tap Room, what car is in the photograph? Oh, it's a Manchester police cruiser. So you guys are taking photographs of these people that are causing problems on the streets, and you're not following them to like.
They're all buddy.
Like, what's going on?
I'm not surprised.
Why are people being terrorized as they are? Okay, and you wonder why there's so much animosity towards the police because of shit like this. And if you guys fix the problems, arrest these criminals, you wouldn't have these problems.
Right.
You wouldn't have this people like me complaining. When I don't want to complain about police. I don't want to complain about you. But when your cops are acting like this and doing the crazy shit that they do, and then they won't arrest people, they arrest the victim. It's ridiculous. And these people all need to be fired.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. I wish the best for you, and be safe out there, man.
Yeah.
Because the criminals are in charge.
Yeah.
It seems like it. It seems like it. So, Chief, do your job. Do your job. Get rid of these guys.
God bless.